Facebook, yes. Breathing easy in and out the nose. Good to see people have woken up this morning. Remembering on Tuesday, working from the feet, focusing on the feet in contact with ground, that movement, that flexibility through the ankles, movement through the knees, movement in the hips, that spiral movement. Tall through the spine, lifting and lengthening the spine so the head is balanced on top of the spine. If it feels comfortable, just taking a little bit more of a glance behind so we get that little bit of more rotation. Make sure you're not craning the neck here, so keep the neck long, keep lifting from the crown. And then just gradually slowing it down into water waves. Good. Taking a rest. Let's go a little bit wider on the feet. So about shoulder and a half width apart. And we're just going to do in the shifting the weight to side, but then putting that knocking in that. So you shift the weight, knock, shift the weight, knock. As always, if there's any pain in the hips or the ankles, if it strains, if you feel as if you're overreaching, just slow it down. Or just go back into normal knocking. But it's quite nice just to get this weight shift. Finding the rhythm of the movement, just breathing easy. And slowing down, slowing down. And while we're still shoulder and a bit width apart, let's do some full body flow. Again with this one. Just going to the level where you're feeling that nice lengthening through the front of the body here. Not overreaching, hinging at the hips, reaching out front there. Nice long back. And then just with a little softness in the knees, you can roll down a little bit. Dangle a little bit. And then push through the feet. Roll the spine up. Take this really easy. Open up the front, the hips, push forwards a little bit, thinking about opening up the whole front line of the body, and then you are lengthening out the back line of the body. Maybe feel this in the hamstrings. Certainly the back half of my body feels a little bit tighter this morning. So you know what level you need to go at. We go nice and slow. We go breathing easy. Reaching forwards. And then softening the knees a little bit. Just do a couple more in your own time.
Breathing easy.
And then on the last one, just have a little dangle, a little hang. Just if it feels comfortable for you. If you start to feel tight or uncomfortable, then just slowly roll up. But let the shoulders relax, let the head relax. And as you breathe out, just relax a little bit more. And then just when you're ready, bending the knees. So it's almost like coming out of a squat, rolling up. Rolling up. Just block my nose a little bit, that. Take your time. Good, then just walking your feet back to shoulder width. Let's do a little bit of wrists and shoulders. So fingers together like that, just circle the wrists. So no movement in the elbows yet, just the wrists, just the wrists. No movement in the upper body, just the wrists, just the wrists. Good. And then you can bring in a little bit of movement in the elbows. And then start making the movement a little bit bigger with the elbows, and we can start to make the movement a little bit more rotation, shoulders, through the shoulders and the upper back. Again, not aggressive or anything, just nice and calm movement, smooth movement. And we can go the other way. Good, and then just have a little shake out. Let's do the one we did if you were watching on Tuesday, where we step forwards. If I'm mirroring you, I'm stepping forwards with my left foot. So put a little bit of weight through the left foot, and then you're on the ball of the right foot. We're not going into a lunge, so it's just a short step. We've still got weight through that foot there. We've still got that weight through the back of the foot there. And then whichever foot you're stepped back on, that hip comes out a little bit, and we do that little banana shape to the side. So I'm stepping forwards, back. This leg is going backwards. That hip starts to move slightly out. We get that nice length through here. It's a good balance exercise as well. This knee faces forwards. We're not wobbling all over the place here. And then we come back to center. And then we swap sides. So step back. Make sure you've got some weight through that back leg as well. So this hip drops out slightly. And then we open up that space there. And then step back. And then just go side to side in your own time. It's like with all the movements we're doing, it's just nice and steady, rhythmical, calm, no rush. You're in control all the way through these movements. We don't want to lose control of the movement or lose control of the breath. We've been very specific in how we're moving. Good, keep going. Step. I think just catching a glimpse of a couple of you on Zoom, you are going in the wrong direction. It's the back leg. The back leg is the hip of the back leg that goes out and you push towards the side of the back leg. When I'm seeing you the other way around, maybe you're not, but it just looked as if a couple of you were going in the wrong direction. It's easy to do. So that back leg is going back. I'll show you from the side. Back leg is going back, so I'm going in the opposite way of the back leg. So you get that length all the way down that side there. Just do a couple more, just at your own time, in your own pace. It's a nice one because quite often when we're walking, when we're running, we're really focusing on obviously not dropping this hip out too much. Or when you're dropping side to side, you don't want to be walking and running like that. But at the same time, when you land, there is that little bit of a give. And if there isn't, then the force is sort of like blocked at the hip. And I've known this just from personal experiences. Sometimes this hip, this right hip, if that is my right hip, often gets a little bit tight, and it's maybe because we're just a little bit too strong in certain parts. So it's coming back to that whole idea of the Qigong of being that combination of strength and softness. How much strength do you need? How much softness do you need? There's always a balance of both. So we're just making sure that we have that flexibility to move, to let that hip move out a little bit and get in that nice space there in the ribs as well. Good. I like that one, shaking out your legs a little bit. And then let's do our teapot, because after that one, this is not, or a teacup, could be a teapot actually. Popping one hand on the hip leads, and then the upper body follows. Again, it's the idea from Qigong is you move everything from the center. Center moves, everything else follows the center. Make sure you've got a nice space between the legs, that your hip width maybe even a little bit wider, because it just gives you that more freedom of movement. And this is another one where you're seeing the hip drop out to the side, back and round. And again, remember to open up the front of the body as you come over the top. Lengthen here, lengthen at the front as you come over the top. Just do one more. And then we'll swap sides. Hip leads. Remember that upper body is leading, the lower body is leading, upper body is following. Let's do one more this side. And take a rest. Let's move down to the knees, bring the feet together. Just gently resting on the thighs, not putting loads of pressure on the thighs, but just circling, Keeping the feet balanced on the ground, just circling. The knees lengthening out the back of the leg. Again, nice and slow, no rush. Changing direction when you're ready. Have in mind the feet connected to the ground. So there's a little bit of movement through the ankles, obviously. But you're not grabbing the ground. You don't have to grip the ground. The toes can be relaxed. Always have in mind the connection through the bubbling spring, the ball of the foot. That's how you're connected to the ground. Excellent. And then come up to standing. And then let's do some ankle circles. So again, this is great for balance, but also for mobility of the opposite leg. So really just circling. Hopefully you can see there. So balancing on one side, just circling. Really stretching out the bottom of the foot. You can splay the toes. Change in direction when you're ready. Oh, there, I got a click. Interesting, didn't click that way, it clicks this way. Swap sides. Actually give that leg a little bit of a shake first and just feel the balance on the ground. And then we can swap sides. So balance, stabilize. Slowly again, smooth movement. Swapping direction when you're ready. And then good, shaking it out. Give the legs a good shake. And actually we can give the body a good shake. So using the arms, the legs and the spine. Think of the spine as a pump as well. Really freeing up the shoulders, freeing up the back of the neck. Tapping the heels if you want to tap the heels into the ground. Get that vibration going through the body. And do what, in terms of breath-wise, do whatever feels good for you. You might want to do cleansing and clearing, or you might want to do some humming, which is more sort of like gathering and focusing energy. Do what feels good for you this morning. I think I feel like a bit of humming. And then I feel like a bit of cleansing and clearing. Good old shake. And then I feel like just that vibration, just naturally pushing the breath out. Brilliant. And slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Open up the shoulders. And I think the more you practice these movements, the Qigong shaking, the Qigong movements, the more you feel, I need a little bit more of that today, or you let your body sort of like guide you what you need to feel. Today I could have gone on shaking for another 10 minutes, not because I feel tense or anything, just because it felt good. Opening up the arms, relaxing, maybe taking a fuller breath. Stepping your feet out shoulder width. Let's do the fountain. Back of the hands, up the center, lengthen the spine, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen the spine. Think about all the movement coming out from the center, up the spine. Get that spine wave going on here. Breathing in as you extend, expand. Breathing out as you soften. And then when you are ready, just take a moment and still have that little bit of energy running through the fingers, running through the arms, so we're not just letting everything go there. So it's almost like you're just holding a little chi ball in front of you here. Softness in the elbows, strong through the spine. And then just bringing the feet together a little bit. And we're just going to take a step forwards. I'll mirror you, so you step forwards with the left foot, left hip comes forward, left shoulder and left arm swing out, and then you step back. So we're just taking a step out. And I really want you to visualize again the spine, really focus on the spine and that rotation through the spine. So hip and then shoulder comes forwards. So hip, shoulder. So if I was watching you from the side, I'm not seeing this. I'm seeing everything's moving center forwards, hip comes forwards, shoulder comes forwards. So we get that rotation. We're really emphasizing that rotation. Step. Really important so that we don't get stiff through that upper body, stiff in the hips. And again, finding your rhythm. And if you had a metronome, this is quite nice to do to a metronome. Obviously you'd have a very slow beat, but just making sure that you keep the rhythmic movement side to side. I've been working a lot again with the metronome out walking and running. And when we were doing the Oxygen Advantage training, just getting the metronome working as well. It's always good to revisit that if you've used a metronome before in your walking or in your running. It's that rhythm. Taking a rest, coming back to about shoulder width apart. Tiger. We'll do tiger reaching quite high to start off with. So when we reach high, watch that you're not hiking the shoulders up. Just really, again, focus on that spine, the spine lengthening out, and then coming down the center. And let's breathe with it if that's comfortable. Breathing in as you expand. Breathing out. And remember that we're always facing forwards here. So when I'm coming down, I'm not tilting down and looking at the ground. I'm keeping the chest lifted, lowering my center of gravity. So don't force the depth of this. Just go to your own comfortable depth. If you can breathe with the movement, that's fine. If that starts to get a little bit challenging, just breathe easy in and out through the nose. Just let the breath be natural. After the next one, what I'd like you to do when you get to the top is just take a step slightly out to one side. We still come down the middle, but there's a little bit more weight or a little bit more load down that one side. And then as you come back up, you can step back. And then we step out to the other side. It doesn't have to be a big step. So we're just emphasizing side to side. Still keep that nice smooth rhythm going, easy breathing going. And we'll do one more each side. Come up to standing. Pulling down the heavens. Do three of these into Bamboo in the Wind. No rush. Particularly as you're breathing out. Feel that little bit of resistance as you're breathing out there. Slow that breath out. Moving into Bamboo in the Wind. Just giving yourself a few moments. And then just when you're ready, taking a nice calm, full breath in, opening your eyes, stepping out, brushing the hands together, gentle brush down through the body. Brilliant, good, excellent. So I am away for the next couple of weeks. If you're on the Zoom sessions, check out their emails. I'll send you the links to let you know who's covering the classes. There won't be a catch-up, so it'll just be 8 till 8:30 Tuesday and Thursdays for the next couple of weeks. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, there won't be any classes. And the next class, I need to quickly check when I'm back, will be, where are we now? We're the 5th, so it's 24th of October, and it'll be the end of October. So that'll be the next live class with me on Zoom at 7:45. So we'll stay with the Tuesdays 7:45 for now, and then we'll decide at the end of October. We were talking a little bit about maybe changing them. So have a great time for the next couple of weeks. I'm sure you'll be in very capable hands. I will be in the Costa Brava, so if anybody wants to join me, Yvonne. Sorry, we'll send you pictures. I'll send you pictures. Kevin and I had a little run yesterday as well, and he was like, "Oh, I want to come to Costa Brava." But we had a little run around London. So have a great time over the next couple of weeks. I'm sure you'll be with Alice or Andy, whoever can cover the classes, and I'll see you towards the end of October. Be nearly Christmas. We'll be checking Christmas trees. Take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Bye.